Hi there, welcome back to yet another show of the African Hub. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in again. Our subscribers, you're doing great. And for those of you who are sharing these videos, we cannot thank you enough. Thank you a million. Today, we have a show that is following one we had already about the theme, the mistakes we make while starting businesses. So what we did is to find someone who started a business in the United Arab Emirates. She is an African, very enthusiastic. I'm sure you will want to hear from her. Without wasting any time, Ashley, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Fantastic. Would you begin by introducing yourself? We want to know more about yourself and what inspired you to start a business in the United Arab Emirates.
All right, let's dive in. My name is Ashley, and my real names are Hadija Muhammad. I come right away from Busia, and I'm a mother of one, and I came to UAE about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
What inspired me to start a business was the community. Strange, right?
It is.
It is, yeah. So I come up from this company, and I was like, okay, my plans are maybe to go back home. I was like, this is time now. I think I should go back home. And then I started getting these messages of the people telling me that, hey, Ashley, can you help us with this? Can you do this for us? And I was like, no, I think I'm done with this. But looking at how the people wanted me, I was like, no, I need to do this. And the people pushed me to do what I am today.
That's amazing. Now that you know about entrepreneurship, I'm sure your journey has had ups and downs. We would like to know, what are the challenges you faced when starting a business and those that you faced while operating your business in the United Arab Emirates?
First of all, I was so excited when I saw myself as an entrepreneur. To start with, back in school already, I didn't love the subject entrepreneurship. That's so funny. I was forced to do it. And that's one of the biggest challenges I saw in myself. So here I am, I come out and I'm like, okay, I'm the CEO. I was bragging up and down. I'm the CEO. I made it. I'm this, looking at my visa. I'm an investor, this, the whole morale is so big and what, but that's not the whole picture,
Okay.
Yeah, that's not the whole thing. So the first time I sit in the chair, like, okay, I am an entrepreneur right now.
Now
I
what?
feel like the chair is so hot for me. Okay. At the beginning, like the first 6 months, you find it so easy because, the change in the community, how people look at you looks so different, People are looking at this little Ashley who is becoming like big Ashley. They're looking at a lot of expectation, but that's not the reality. The reality is the chair itself. It's
the roles you have as a CEO.
Yeah, the roles you have as a CEO. The whole entire picture changes. How you dress, how you talk, where do you go, like every single mistake is taken, I'll give a very good example. I recently did a very funny video on TikTok, and I'll look at the comments. Someone would say, no, this ain't you. Like, I didn't expect this from you, So people are looking at the whole picture in a different way, the pocket-wise, So it's a big role.
Transition indeed. Getting yourself from the other Ashley that you were to whom you are now.
Yes.
What other challenges did you face?
The other challenges I face is that people also do not, the community, I'll say the Ugandan community or the African community, don't look at the African CEOs like they are entrepreneurs.
I see it.
Yes, they don't look at them like that.
Do we not feel like we deserve to be entrepreneurs?
The people who come to us do not feel like we deserve to be entrepreneurs. They underlook at us. They feel like maybe it's other nationalities are supposed to be. For example, the field I'm in, if let's say I have a refund I'm supposed to make to a client will come to me very violent. But when this client goes to an Indian, they will go to them very, very calm, thinking that the Indian has the money,
Now that you're seated in that chair, would you just take a moment and speak to your clients, the ones who come to you with such an attitude? Maybe a word from you will give a different perspective. Because for sure, the aim of this show is to just broadcast that Africans are great enough. We are made for great things, actually, because we are smart and we can do all those big things. So let's broadcast. I want them to hear.
First of all, the one thing I realized after becoming an entrepreneur, actually, this I realized it like let's say 6 months ago,
Yeah.
the first thing you have to do as you have to make sure that you don't take it soft and you don't take it hard. You have to be at the middle,
Yeah.
Like you have to listen, and at the same time, you don't have to listen,
You have to strike a balance
Exactly.
with everything that you do.
Yeah.
I see it.
For example, when a client comes to the office and they are very, very hard on you,
Yeah.
you also become hard, like you have to be hard, because some people also do not want to understand you as a person.
I see.
Someone will come, they have a point, by the way, and I respect all clients and I respect everyone who supports me. And even I be a person who sends my number to someone, I do respect them. Now, we have a challenge, for example, of women. When a woman comes to the office and they look at you and maybe you stroll your eyes a little bit. Some of us, that's how we are, or how you talk, they feel like you're underrating them.
Misconception. They might perceive you in a different way.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's one thing I've tried to change for the past 1 month right now. I hired someone for my team for specifically to speak Luganda. Because someone thinks like, okay, Ashley is speaking English, and I've been getting those complaints.
I see.
Oh, ayogera nyo Ruzungu.
So it's another challenge we have there.
Another challenge we have. No, now I'm looking at the Ugandan one because this is an African show. Of course.
Yes.
So someone would be like, Ashley is speaking so much English. So I was like, okay, this is it. And one thing I've realized as an entrepreneur, you have to be ready to be given the corrections. They have to be there.
Positive criticism.
Positive
feedback.
Even the negative ones.
Yeah.
First of all, failure in success is not failure.
I see.
So every time someone gives me a criticism, even the negative one, even if someone posts me on social media, I'm gonna sit down and I'm like, okay, what is my problem here?
Okay,
I need to shift a little bit and put my heads up,
and see where you can adjust to make it better.
Exactly.
Which is a very good gesture for every single employee, entrepreneur out there.
Exactly. And at the first one you were talking about the mistakes entrepreneurs do when they're starting up a business.
True. Yeah.
I think the first mistake people do is the license.
I see. That is the regulations of the country that you are intending to start a business
For
in.
example, that was my first mistake I did, which I don't want anyone who is watching today to do it.
And I guess I did the same mistake. With our first company, we chose a license with an activity that doesn't support what we do.
Exactly. So here I was, people telling me, you can do this, get this. I look at the licenses and I didn't even know how to do a license. So I communicate to someone, then they introduced me to someone. And then here I meet this person and they advise me on a license, and I take a free zone license. That was wrong.
Happy you, excited
exactly.
you.
Happy me getting a license with one visa, a very wrong license, a Shadia license. And I end up taking this visa. I only put myself, and it has one activity for job placement, so I can bring people from Uganda, such kind of whatever. It was a very wrong license, Looking at the LLC license of Dubai would be the best idea any entrepreneur would ever look at.
Okay. So depending on what you're going to be doing,
exactly.
Some activities might require you as the CEO, only one person, a sole owner. But if you're going to operate in bigger numbers, you suggest they should
also the Shadia
for.
Exactly. When you have the Shadia license, you need to go for business places, business status. It limits you a lot of things that you can't. You can't do. So it's not advisable. Then the other thing, employees. That's one of the biggest challenge I have seen myself. How we relate to them. So on this point, actually, I sat down 2 months ago and I appreciated my ex-boss. And if my boss is watching me, I'd like to say, thank you so much. I now realize why you did that, Mehdi Nurian. Every minute, I would be like, why is this gentleman so stiff? He was so tough. Every time he comes around, you'll be like, now this is the CEO.
Yes.
You get my point.
And you could not relate before.
Yes, I couldn't relate.
Now that you're running your own business, you're able to be like, okay, this is what this guy was going through.
There's a lot you need to learn when it's come to. I had to take a full course to understand what is this, I had to go back to business management.
I see.
So I think also before someone comes and say, okay, I need to be an entrepreneur also, it also comes, how much do you have in your brain? It's not how much the money you have. Very important.
Your own understanding of entrepreneurship and what is required of you to run a business
Exactly.
works hand in hand with the money you have.
No. It's not
Money is not required,
money is required.
but not
You
alone.
might have the money, but the brains are
operate
very important to operate it.
I see.
Very important. And the relationship, how you are with other people also, it's very important. Like the kind of business I am doing today, it needs a lot of relations out there. How you might just pass by someone and then someone said, she didn't say hello to me. And that's the reason why I'm not giving her my visa.
Oh, no.
You understand? So it's also good.
You become a community person, a community entrepreneur.
It is a must.
I see it.
Yeah. So, yes.
I see about the mistakes. And actually, as you mentioned those, I'm sure there's someone who is able to relate, because these mistakes more often come up the same. Like now in our previous show, we were talking about the legal processes, the legal mistakes that we make. Someone is operating a business in the UAE, for example, and they are supposed to be issuing invoices, and they issue them in the wrong way.
Talk about invoices.
Oh, yes, girl.
The invoices, the terms and conditions on the invoices, for example, in our business, when a visa is rejected, no refund. When a visa is posted, no what.
Oh, my God.
That. Last year, I almost lost myself. Now, I've come even with a new term, like for the visas.
Yes.
Once visa is given, no refund. It's a change of service. Now my ex-company was doing. I was like, why is this man like this?
They are mean.
Yeah, why? He's mean. Why would you do this?
And now?
I see it.
I see.
I'm changing my entire invoices. Once visa is posted, no refund, change of service. Because refunds are the ones actually spoiling the brand out there. I've given Ashley my money and she has not been able to give me until to date. But this is business at the end of the day. If you give money is not only to the specific thing you've given. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's business. So if you're giving the business, maybe we have posted the visa or we haven't posted the visa, that is not a question to answer. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's
just one thing. And also back to the mistakes that we make. I know there are some things that when you look back, you say, Ashley, if I knew, I would never have done this mistake of this and this and this. There's some things in life when you reach a place and you're like, oh my God, if I knew what I know now, I would never have made that decision. Do you have something like that?
Yes.
Can you share with us?
If I knew, I would never hire my brother.
Okay. One of the mistakes now.
Yes. Hiring a family into a business is not a good idea. Yeah.
I'm about to be fired, by the way, because I work with my husband. Please don't fire me, sir.
Maybe that's kind of different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying he is a bad person or he was a bad person.
Business-wise.
He helped me so much, but it was not a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best idea, the best you could have done.
Yes. Buying a Range Rover was a wrong idea.
Oh, yes. The mistakes we make.
Yes. It was a wrong idea.
CEO actually bought herself a Range Rover.
Exactly.
But you look so nice in it. I think I loved it.
So nice in it. I still look so nice in it. But it was a wrong idea.
Okay.
When you have a small, let's say, because when you have a business and you've just started up, because my business is still on growing, I cannot take a vacation. The last time I took a vacation, I almost died of phone calls, So it is not a good idea because at the end of the day, you are going to take back what you are putting in the company.
I see.
So like right now, I think it's over 3 weeks, I packed my Range Rover. I was like, you know what? I need to know what it is. So for now, pause it, girl.
Such a big move, girl.
Yes, pause it, girl. I'm getting another car for myself. You understand? And this one, I'll put it on sale because this is not my expenditure at this given moment.
Can you just elaborate on, because when you mention that, it actually takes me back to the conversations I've had with different entrepreneurs, being able to balance your expenses as a business and your incomes, because you might find that, oh yes, I need to do my business and I'm working with internet, but you don't necessarily have to pay a 2,000 dirham per month bundle. Even if you needed internet, giving an example. So it is something I would like you yourself to elaborate to the entrepreneurs, if you can emphasize that in your own words, why it is important to balance up your incoming at the business and which kind of bundles you should choose, which kind of expenses you should choose.
Yeah. So when I was looking at my my balance sheet, 8 months back, I looked at it. I was like, okay, my transportation is way high. Like I move a lot, from one Amar center to one place to the other place to immigration and what. Then I was like, you know what? I need a car for myself. Okay. And having the fact that now I'm also a manager of another company, which is a real estate, but I don't want to release it here.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I really need this. But then the whole idea of a Range Rover, which was a pressure from people, like, no, you need a very standard car.
Oh, I see.
No, was the wrong idea. I looked back again at the expense of a Range Rover for only the kind of 3 months I've been with it. I was like, no, I'm doing something wrong. This is not me. I'm a humble person. And I realized that this is too much for my expenses. Looking at it, it's like when a Range Rover dies of an AC,
yes,
gosh,
fixing it is like what? Buying a new car?
4 million. I'm like, okay, no, this is not.
I'm not gonna do this.
I'm not gonna do this. So at a point, I think the most important thing, you need to realize who you are, what you want, and what is your vision. Okay, but if you do not realize that as fast as you can, no, you're going to fail.
You cannot make it.
You cannot make it.
Thanks for that.
And
advice.
with this kind of business we are dealing in, okay, whereby the whole idea is about my visa, your visa is very important.
Yes.
Most clients are the ones who have made us, because for us, we don't know when we get into losses. You have seen many amazing African companies in the UAE which have actually died, but they haven't collapsed because they really want. But it's because it became too much. You understand?
It became overwhelming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you ask me, 1 year ago when I was actually dealing with another company and supply, we get supplied for us.
Yes.
So when I just went and then they were telling me, you need to give our license, you need to give us these checks and what, I just gave in a signed. I ended up paying 100,000 dirham. If I tell people these kind of figures, they think maybe.
Oh my God. How did it come about?
They absconded
the terms. Okay.
Yeah. Every person who comes to the United Arab Emirates, okay, and they go on overstay, and I'm the sponsor, I paid 3,000 dirham. So now don't ask why companies closed. Don't say, oh, yeah, he closed because he didn't have money. No, you made them to
the
die.
law says you made the abscons.
Yes, the abscons. They are way too much. So for everyone who is out there who wants to open up a business, number one, you need to have a backup plan. Very important.
You hear that?
Backup plan. I don't know how you're going to do the backup plan.
You must have one.
You must have one. It is very important. A backup plan where you're going to get the monies to invest back.
Into otherwise, business as it grows.
Yes. 3 weeks ago, okay, I had to pay a debt of 55,000.
Imagine.
For absconding. Now, if you
the debt will be there. I mean, you cannot do anything about it.
It's always going to be there. Every time you give a Ugandan or a Ugandan a visa, they're always going to have 1, 2, 3 overstays. These are the challenges we are facing. As African entrepreneurs, especially who are dealing in the tourism sector.
I think we're going to be having like another show to just focus on the challenges, because really
a panel
of business owners.
All the
like maybe 7 or 5 or 7 or whichever number we're able to find, so we can talk about these things.
We can talk about it, and
it's very important.
Many times I would hear people saying, "I gave an Indian company my visa and it came out in 1 day."
Okay, and you're like,
yes,
because the reality.
No, the Indians are the one who supplies us. Now, when an Indian sees Ashley Tours and Travel on social media and it's doing amazing, they'll come to me and give me offers. For example, if a visa is for 800, they'll give it to me at 500, let's say.
Yes.
And then they'll tell me there's a guarantee of 3,000. You understand?
Yes.
I will take the visa from them. When I have a lot of absconding, when I apply visas with them, they'll put them on hold.
I see. Because of the?
Now ask me, who has let me down?
We, the ones who get visas from you.
Exactly. But if everyone took their responsibility, I'd be smiling, happy.
Visa quick. You're making business. You're making us happy. And then we could. So
I would see everyone every time saying, "Oh, Ashley, you need to go back to the Ashley you were at dusk." The Ashley I was at dusk, I was under someone's shade. Now the Ashley today is facing everything.
It's driving. You're riding. Exactly. You're the driving force of the business.
And trust me, I'm doing good.
You are amazing.
Every time I see someone trying to put me down,
you're like, you don't know what you're.
I'm like, She or he cannot even stay 1 minute in my
New
space.
position, yeah.
Never. It is typically pretty hard. I stole one girl from another company. It's called Paradigm. I gave her a call and told her, don't allow anyone to say anything about you. You're doing good, girl. She is 23 years.
Oh.
You need to host her.
I will. Inshallah, I
She
will.
is 23, but I look at her and I feel the passion, And also, I see the mistakes she's doing.
Yes.
And the other thing also, the mistakes we also do, we like to copy a lot. Are you seeing Ashley
Copycat,
making it?
yeah.
And like,
I'll do it her way.
I know you're seeing someone is doing photography.
Imagine-
Also, no. You need to have your own notes,
The business plan, you know what you're supposed to be doing, when you're supposed to be doing it, so you don't just follow wagon.
Exactly. Even if I took like 3 months for me to take my own notes, I still made mistakes, But every day we look at our mistakes, and we also have people who, they give us a room and talk to us, and you're like, and they tell us, here you're going wrong, here you're okay, That's how it's supposed to be.
And you keep going.
And by the way, I would like to say thank you to the other African entrepreneurs out there, especially in our sectors.
True.
They are amazing. Whenever they see something nice, apart from the few, who are also not cool, but the few, they would call you and say, hello.
You're doing great.
Don't give up. I understand what you're
If there's anything I
How
can do to help,
you?
I see. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the way we should
not
be doing
only
it.
from Uganda, by the way,
Yeah.
from Kenya.
I see.
I have a very amazing guy called Halva. He's nice, he will call you. It's like, how can I support you? Can we meet up for coffee? I'll tell you this. Ashley, you need to do this. He was in my team yesterday doing training, and he was telling me, girls, support Ashley. She's very hardworking. Like, you see the passion he has, and you're like, and he
The
himself,
efforts to give you the help and push you ahead.
So the other challenge we have is jealousy around us also.
Which is normal. Inevitable. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it is. But it shouldn't supposed to be there. It's not supposed to be there. We all need to, hold ourselves hands, because we are here. We
True.
don't know when it's done. Rebecca, I don't know when you're going back home.
That's true.
You're just in a journey. I don't know if you're the one who is going to cover my eyes, God forbid. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand.
So that is it.
Really, the story is amazing, and I've seen you actually coming from the Ashley of dusk, even way before that, to who you are now. And I would like to take this opportunity and say you are doing great. Keep going. Nobody will stop you from reaching the heights you want to reach. And I love the way you are. Actually, that is why you are here, because you are you, Ashley. I love that about you. You are you. You be yourself, and you give the best of yourself to achieve what you want to achieve. And really, Barakallahu fikum. May you go forward. You didn't know that I can speak some.
I did
Now you can. Now you can. Dua, yeah? You dua, yeah. So that is it. And
I'm so thankful, Rebecca.
Yeah.
I would say that I keep saying every day, Ashley Tours and Travel is not my company. It's for the community. The community uplifted me. Many people do not know my story. They don't know where I started from. From one Facebook post of some girl who actually accused of stealing, and I became famous on Facebook.
Yes.
I started using my social media handles to help girls who are having issues. I was running up and about, picking them from the streets and doing what? I'm still doing a lot of volunteering work, just because I don't put it so much on social media right now because I'm so busy.
Yeah.
So everything I'm doing and every support I got from the community is because of the things I did
for the community.
For the
And
community.
actually, right there, you're not only an entrepreneur, but you're also a very strong pillar
And
in the Ugandan community in the United Arab Emirates.
And that,
so I'd like to give that a whole swing so that you can tell us about it.
and just
the work
right
you serve for the
there,
community, yeah.
the being the PR of the Ugandans in the UAE
Yes.
is one of the, I say it was, first of all, a very good gesture. It is very nice to me. I really like the whole idea of it until I started becoming an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I see.
So I would see whenever I want something is happening, I feel like I'm letting people down, Like you are a leader and then someone cries to you, the visa is rejected or something.
Yeah.
You feel like as a leader, you failed.
You
failed,
You failed them,
And
yeah.
Rebecca, when I started up my company, I would sleep on my bed. I was like, God, why did you choose me? Why did you choose me? Every time I go back to sleep every day,
Yeah.
I go back on my knees and pray. I'm so prayerful, by the way. People should not be lied of how I look on social media. I pray lots. So I go back and tell God, you gave me the position of this of Ugandans, and he also gave me the position as an entrepreneur. Please help me out. I need your help.
In God will.
So
definitely.
becoming a leader, being a leader is typically very, very hard. As a leader, you have to be ready anytime, anyhow, someone calls you at 3 a.m., you have to help someone, and you cannot refuse to do that.
I understand.
You can never,
because it's a calling that you have already as a leader of the community. Yeah.
Like 1 year back when my company was doing so well, every month I would give out like 8 tickets for girls to go back home. Rebecca, I'm not bragging, but I've helped about 4,000 people to go back
Very,
home.
very helpful, actually.
Very helpful. Even at times when, during the Corona time, you remember?
Yes.
You would go.
It was hectic, yeah.
Very hectic. Look at the time of Alawi and what, we were the ones up and down, hoping, it's typically still hard having the position. I was telling the mayor recently that my position is becoming so big for me. I need a person to help me, because I have to be at Ashley towards, and at the same time I have to be the PR.
Ashley is also a baby that needs you.
Needs me so much.
Yeah.
I am the whole operation system of my company, and that is very wrong. Another big mistake. You can't be the operation of your company.
The overall, you're the accounts, you're the legal, you're the administrator, you're the, oh my God, the
Another
operation
big
manager.
Mistake.
We heard that.
A foreigner needs to be your operational manager. Like I said, African people who are into our offices do not look at us as CEOs. So for you to get that respect you need, it's a foreigner who has to handle it.
Okay, so you have to find yourself getting someone else
exactly
in that specific position.
If possible, appear only once a week for you to have that.
The familiarity shouldn't be very good.
Exactly. You can monitor everything in team viewing. There are lots of things you can see. There are many applications, operating systems. Exactly what's going on in your company.
Yeah.
That is why most of the time nowadays someone goes and says like, Ashley, no, she's not there. Yeah, I'm not there, but I'm working somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm working at home. That is another big position. But leadership is typically very, very hard. But I also do my best. What I can, I do. And what I can't, I cannot do.
But thank you so much for serving. I think you are part of the AUU.
Yes.
That is the
UAE.
Association of Ugandans in the UAE.
Yes.
And apparently I heard, and I know that you're arranging the convention.
Yes.
Take a moment, please, and let us know about it.
Yes. The Ugandan Convention was started 7 years ago. And this is the 7th Ugandan Convention. Last year was amazing.
I missed it, but this year I want.
The last year Uganda Convention was the biggest ever. We had the best diaspora day for the Miss Uganda UAE, and last year I got myself a new name, Queen Mother.
Oh, Queen Mother.
Yeah, we started the Miss Uganda UAE, and it did amazing. Laila and Aubero walked away with the land last year.
Amazing.
Yes, and this year we're looking at it also greater and greater.
We're going to have Miss Uganda UAE within the convention.
Yes. Tomorrow, actually, we are having a live stream with Avieta as the host.
Okay.
So we'll be having all the Miss Ugandans who participated last year. The 4 of them, the winners, they will talk about it and everything. So the Uganda Convention is on, guys. Any African entrepreneurs who are watching this is an opportunity for you to come and showcase.
Network.
Yes,
network is very important. Yeah.
You all are asking, how did Ashley make it? Uganda Convention molded me to what I am today. 5 years ago, I joined Uganda Convention, and I was there, I made a lot of connections, a lot of friends, and I've been doing so good. So I would advise anyone out there, do not be scared. We have packages for everyone. Everyone can afford it. And we're calling upon sponsors, big sponsors out there to come and support us. Yes.
Those were very wise words. Ashley, thank you so much for allowing to come. I pray that even next time when I call you forth, you'll be able to come, and maybe, inshallah, with many other entrepreneurs, so we can sit together and have the conversations going on.
Yeah, Rebecca, I will always come.
Thank
you inspire me so
girl.
much.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you inspire me on how you handle kids.
Thank you.
And you didn't ask me that, unfortunately, but how you handle kids at your work. That has been my biggest also.
We will talk about, it's a whole lot of things we'll talk about, okay, because time can't allow us now. But before we go, I'd like to remind you our marathon is still going on, and in this marathon we want to have the beauty of Africa in one video. And to be able to do that, each African country is going to have one representative where you take a video of the beauty of your country and you send it to us at DK Media Services through WhatsApp. That is +971 58584 0805, or through email at info@dkmediaservices.com. Get that video, send it to us, and in the end, DK Media Services will stitch it together and make one video with all the beauty of Africa in one video. This video has been brought to you by DK Media Services. We are experts in videography, photography, content creation, and digital marketing. To make sure you link up with us, please check the description section. We have all our contact details listed there. Until next time, bye-bye.